Suicide and suicidal attempts. Suicide today, if it is not suicide, na suicidal attempt. Young person one die, old person one die, small pikin one die, teenager one die, young adult one die. Now wetin happen? Yes, we understand the situation of Nigeria. If you don't make everybody one die, but this is serious. It has been discovered that suicide is the fourth leading cause of death globally. I mean, the fourth leading cause of death. Why person wan kill himself? Now why person go wan kill him own self? This is a serious matter. We've been ignored. If you ignore them, if it no happen for your house, your neighbor they suffer am. Your friends they suffer am. It is no longer tales that like we heard it in the past. Now even in this country, it has become a daily occurrence. What are we saying? As of 2019, World Health Organization established the fact that this thing where they call suicide, about 800,000 people die of it yearly. What are we saying? I mean, one person dies every 40 seconds of the day passing by, and we are ignoring it. It is a serious matter. If you are not affected, somebody behind you, somebody in front of you, a neighbor around the neighborhood is affected. And how do we arrest this situation? We cannot arrest it by keeping quiet. We cannot arrest it by saying, "You know, concern me, it's not in my house." May I tell you that the highest rate of suicide is between the ages of 15 and 29. I mean, our teenagers, your teenager, my teenager, young adults that should be in their most productive age, they are the ones killing themselves. And we see it as nothing. It is a global problem. It is an issue. And after they are gone, they leave heartache, and emotional trauma for the survivors. This is terrible. And I tell you, it doesn't just happen. These things have signs. They have warnings. And this is where you and I come in. This is where your responsibility as a mother comes in. Your own as a father comes in. Your own as an auntie, an uncle, within the house, within the environment, within the community, within the neighborhood. Your responsibility is to watch out for those signs. And that's what I'm here to show you. What are those signs you should watch out for before somebody finally commits suicide? Sometimes it doesn't just happen. They don't just do it without announcing it. Majority of the time they announce it, but people pay deaf ears to them, and that's why these things eventually happen. You may begin to notice your child, your neighbor's child, anybody within the neighborhood becoming unnecessarily reserved. They become disassociated from their friends. You try to, guy, what's happened now? I don't want to talk about it. John, mommy is talking. Why are you locking yourself in the room? Mom, I'm fine. Hey, okay, what's happened now? Bros, I better leave me. Are they okay? They become socially withdrawn. They don't want to associate with others. They don't want to play with their friends anymore, and they don't want to talk about it. You see some others begin to post things on WhatsApp, begin to post things on their Facebook page. Man, why are we even living? Which kind of life it is safe? Guy, I don't tire for this place. You begin to hear things like that. Things like, is there still any hope for Nigeria? Is there still hope for us? Why are we even wasting our time in this place? Make person end themselves, go meet God. When you begin to hear such statements, such posts, you may think the guy just a misyan. He's not just misyan, you know. If you no take time, it will happen, because research has it that 80 to 90% of those that contemplate suicide end up committing suicide at one point or the other in their lives. And so we shouldn't turn deaf ears. At some other times, you might have your little child asking you a question like, "Mommy, if somebody kills herself or commits suicide, will the person still go to heaven?" When a little child is asking you that question, you better begin to think. Don't think it's just that she's just talking or think she heard in school. It's a time to look inward. I'm going to find out what is happening. Get into their rooms and find out what are they pasting on their walls. You may begin to see write-ups on the wall like, why did I even come into this world? Why do I have to come through my parents? Why am I even born in the first place? I'm not even supposed to be here in the first place. All manner of things. You will hear it pasted on their walls. Watch out for those. Those are signs of suicide. And when it begins to happen, don't just begin to call the child and begin to beat the child. What is wrong with you? Yeah, you stupid child. No. They are not saying these things from their right sense of judgment. And most of them, before they begin to say some of these things that you see as trash, is because there is a distortion in their brain and the way they have perceived themselves at that time. So that distortion makes them perceive their image and their personality in a very wrong way and give them a sense of hopelessness. It is that sense of hopelessness that makes them want to end it up. And so they need help. They really need help. It might be a man that begins to write his will all of a sudden. And you're wondering, why is he writing his wills? Sometimes you hear statements like, wait, don't worry. Shady, I'm disturbing you in this house. You will soon rest. Don't worry. You will soon rest. When you look for me, you didn't see me. You will soon rest. You will think he's just talking. You're just making noise. You're just babbling. Do it now. You want to kill yourself? Kill yourself now. No, it's not a time to kill yourself now. Guy, when they talk, he go do ammo. So it is a time to help them. They need help. They need help. If it's not affecting you, it's affecting your friend, it's affecting your brother, it's affecting your neighbor. And so we should be more sensitive. Today you hear somebody jumped into the lagoon. It didn't just jump. There were signs, but people around ignored it. Tomorrow you hear a schoolgirl drank sniper. Why? A schoolboy drank hypo. Why? There must have been signs around that parents ignored. Signs that neighbors ignored, friends ignored. Please, let's watch out for these signs. And the moment you pick any of these signs, it's a time to raise alarm. There are organizations that actually handle these things. Raise alarm. If you don't know them, people that know them, one person will know one person, one person will know one person. Just raise an alarm and you will get help. Come to group pages where you have helps you can, where you think you can get help. Just announce it and you will get help. It is not the time to say, it's my family problem. Let's hide our secret. It is not the time to hide secrets. In case you don't know, that suicide tendencies are psychiatric cases. Before somebody begins to contemplate suicide to the point of committing it, it is a psychiatric problem. But when we hear psychiatric, we don't want, let them not say that. It is not madness. Every other body part can be sick. So there's nothing wrong if the brain is also sick. Please cry out and you will get help. If your hand can be sick and you're not ashamed, your heart can be sick, you're not ashamed to say, I have heart issues, I have hypertension. You are not ashamed to say it. Your tummy is sick, you're not ashamed to say, I'm having some liver pains, or I'm having some pains in my tummy. Why should you have a problem if the brain is also complaining? So psychiatric issues is about the brain complaining and needs help. So when you see those tendencies, please raise an alarm and you will surely get help. Let's close this door to suicide.